Well, that's a funny thing. I was looking, so here I get in and I'm having kind of this renaissance, this awakening in my life. And I look for a guy that had the finances, the physical, the spiritual, the emotional, and was looking for
The whole
the
package.
guy.
Yeah.
And what I realized is, and this was really very powerful for me, is that there's no guy. There's no guy. There's guys that have their finances dialed, dialed, and they are out of shape. They're gonna have a heart attack any second.
Mhm.
They've got a hamburger in both hands.
Hey, you're talking about me.
Yeah, that's me. And so what I had to do was like learn to like, as you're saying, like with this counselor, like I needed to pick my mentors for the thing, for their area of genius. Not, I couldn't look at them as a whole because what I was doing is I would go in and I would talk to this counselor and I'd be like, "Hey, your breath stinks." And so because of that, I will just spit everything you say,
Yeah.
every word you say, because you had garlic for lunch and you're not conscious enough to realize
Yeah.
that you reek.
Gotta brush your teeth, dude.
Yeah, there's lettuce in there. Yeah, I can't even hear you right now. And so I think that that was a big shift for me too, was I'm never gonna find anyone that has everything, but I'm gonna find, um, your genius, and I'm gonna learn about that, and I'm gonna honor that and respect it. And then also have grace with you that you have lettuce in your teeth. That's
Yeah.
you're just a guy.
Yeah. This normal person. There's no guru.
There's no guru. Yeah, there are gurus in spiritualism. There's gurus in physical fitness, in finances. Like, find those guys and just hang out with them. Like, spend time with them, but don't. I know a lot of guys that are physically just they're Adonises. They're in tremendous shape, but they're emotional. Their kids hate them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their families hate them. You know what I mean? Then they're broke. You know what I mean? But then there's these other guys that are wealthy, and it's just a weird thing. So I just want to find my balance. I want to find those areas of genius, and I've also discovering what my area of genius is, and then finding other people to complement me in my life in that space. In my business, I know what I'm not good at, and so I found a partner, and she
It's your guy.
a genius. I'm not kidding, like Rain Man level genius at those things. But then there's my space, and she lets me stay in my lane, and we have to remind each other once in a while, like, "Hey, get back over there."
She has to remind you, let's put.
Yes. Uh, it's like, "Hey, nearly over, get on here." No, it's so true. And there's a book called Jet Fuel that talks about that's the secret is finding areas of genius and bringing those into your life and surrendering the things. I have a nonprofit, and I was feeding about 1,500 people or families this one season, and it was the most I'd ever done. It was my max rep, and the wheels were coming off a wagon, Eric. There was no organization. There was just people kind of running around, and there was no organization of how the cars came through and the names that were coming in. And it was mayhem. Um, and I had a gal come to me and she said, "Hey, I want to work for Thanks to Be Heroes." And she was the director of operations for a gentleman called Norm Bangeter. You may have heard of him. He was kind of a big deal here in Utah. And I'm like, "I can't afford you." And we would like made an agreement. And I'm so thankful. That was the first time that I gave my baby to somebody, trusting them. And the part about handing your baby over to someone whose genius is not yours is just letting them do it their way. Like I say blue and she sees light blue and I'm thinking dark blue and then be cool with light blue. Like it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. But now, thanks to these heroes, like when you come through, like it's a machine. Like you show up, you come in this side, there's a traffic plan, there's there's people directing you, there's people loading the cars. That's their job. Like she's got it. So with like NASCAR, like that car pulls in and away you go.
Is dial. And it's not just dial. That's like for at the. So that's the thing too about that is you surrendered the genius. It's not just dialed on the outside, but all the inner workings
Yeah.
are like clockwork also. Like all the things that people don't see
Yeah.
are because that's where I was this past year packing boxes. Now, and the system and everything that's happening inside there is like,
Kind of mind blowing.
it really is.
It's incredible. You're in charge of putting turkeys in the box. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You're in charge. Yeah, yeah, and I had a picture of how it worked, yeah.
And but I imagine she like, well, how that?
Totally her.
How can Rob's chaotic brain put that together?
Yeah.
We can't. You can't. I couldn't. You got to have somebody that's going to be doing that.